Hi everyone, it's Vanessa Sumner here from Heart and Soul Transformations in Brisbane, Queensland. And I'm coming to you with my YouTube channel, and I want to give you some great free education on a wonderful tool that can help support your life, your health, your stress, your children, your pets, etc. Now I'm a BodyTalk practitioner. I've been engaging in this modality and many other therapies for over 13 years, and this is a tool that I use every single day in my life, and I pretty much start my day off with this, usually in the shower, because I find it's just easy to remember. Now it pretty much takes about 1 minute to do. It's 100% safe, and you know, the benefit of using this technique is that you're recircuiting the brain, refreshing the brain, getting the brain lobes to talk to each other. We live in a world and a daily life full of stress and technology and electromagnetic frequency, pollution. And this is not to say this because of creating fear, but this is the reality. We live in a very hectic world. And what I love about this technique is that it makes us stop and be and quiet the mind for a minute. So when you do this technique, I'd really encourage you to create focus on what you're doing. You're helping the brain get out of that fight-flight mode. And as the brain is responsible and in charge of many interactions within your body-mind, when you're under stress, a lot of emotional stuff, you could be going through marriage breakups, financial stress, you're trying to make decisions about your career, things for your children. You know, we face a myriad of stuff in our journey, and this is a wonderful support tool. Another thing that you can do with this technique, which is actually called the BodyTalk Cortices technique, is that if you have a child, a relative, a pet that is unwell, or in an emergency situation other than a pet and a small child, it is always it's advisable to get a person's permission, of course, unless they were, say, in a coma, or you know, it's a very serious situation. It's just respectful to ask people's permission to offer healing. But basically what you do is you can balance yourself with this technique with the intention, via distance, or even if say the pet is beside you, to do the technique for them. For example, we have a small dog who went through a period of, say, once a month or every 2 months, was having seizures, and it would just come on very suddenly. And interestingly enough, our other dog would alert us to this, which was great. And we would go out, another person would hold the gypsy, and then I would tap out myself this Cortices technique a couple of times, usually 2 or 3 times, until she settled down and her breathing became more balanced and the seizure stopped. And every single time would get her out of the seizure. Of course, I had a look afterwards using BodyTalk and other different therapies that I do to ascertain what else was going on or how else I could support her. But it's just a fantastic tool. Okay, so let's get into it. Again, it's simple, it's safe. Any age, you can be pregnant. There's no contraindications to any other modality, therapy, medication that you are on. You are simply recircuiting the brain and getting the brain lobes communicating with each other for a healthier balance. So what I want you to do is just get in a comfortable position. It doesn't matter which hands you use, it's whatever you're comfortable with. But basically, one hand cradling the base of your skull, and then the other hand on top. Now I want you to start doing big deep breaths. And what you're doing here is you're actually saying to the brain, okay, wake up, learn this information. Big deep breath. And out, and then tap anywhere on your heart area, and then you're essentially waking up the heart and saying to the heart, learn and store this off by heart. I'm keeping it really simple. Next, go up to the next section of the head. Same thing, tapping, big deep breaths in and out, focusing what you're doing. Don't be thinking about something else, really focus on this moment. Next, on the top of your head, and just tap anywhere, as long as you tap on both sides of the brain. And out. And then come down to the forehead. Big deep breath. Don't bash yourself in the head, nice and gentle. And then tapping on the heart. Now, of course, you've only got two hands and you've got two sides of the brain. Ideally, if someone else is with you, they can assist you by doing the tapping. But for yourself, focus, keep your fingers together. Don't splay them out like that. Nice, covering the ears, near the temples. Focus your intention by putting the hands on, then taking one hand off and tapping. And on the heart. Very simple, non-invasive and very gentle. Swapping sides now. Now I suggest you bring this into your daily life every day. The more that you do it, the more new neural pathways you're forming, the more coordinated, centered and balanced. If you're having a stressful day at work, you've got an exam, you've got a driving exam, you've got a mother that's sick, anything in your life, this can benefit you by supporting you with the tool that gently and powerfully engages the brain, putting it kind of back in charge, which is what you want, especially if you're needing to make important decisions in your life about your health, financial decisions, anything. You can see the value of this tool. I've had feedback over the years where people have said like instantly they feel refreshed, their brain feels more alert. There's been challenging times in my life with health challenges, personal challenges, where, this has been my rock, working with it every single day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. If you are under a lot of stress, I do encourage you to actually utilize this tool multiple times a day. The safety and situation with this is if your brain doesn't need the rebalancing and the recoordination, nothing happens. That's why it's so wonderful. If you're a healer, a therapist, a doctor, a physician, you can use this technique to balance yourself in between clients, to ground you, and it's a wonderful tool. So if you have any questions, please post them below. You can find out further details about my services. I offer sessions and distance work all over Australia and overseas, and I've been doing this now for, as I said, over 13 years. And BodyTalk is quite amazing. And I'm also a past life regressionist, intuitive healer. I work with crystals, sound, tones, energy, lots of different things, and just being of service. So my website is vanessasumner.com, and the information will come up on the bottom of the screen. Have a great day and enjoy this technique, and I hope that you can bring this into your daily life as I encourage all of my clients to do the same. Lots of love.